Hey guys, I'm so sorry that I am late today. When you join me live, then you'll know that Zoom has been giving me some trouble. I've been trying to connect. I've tried turning everything off, everything on, restarting, and everything, and it's not working. So here I am live streaming directly into Facebook rather than on Zoom today, which means that I'm not going to be able to share my screen with you. But luckily, I have an iPad next to me. I've got my phone. So the two things that I wanted to show you today, I can actually show you on those. You're just not going to be able to read them properly, but I am going to post the links for the documents in the group, in the units, so you can see everything that you need to see. So hey guys, if you're watching live, then say hi, tell me you're watching. Hi Anna, thank you so much for joining. And if you're watching the replay, then I appreciate you. I'm glad you came back in. Give me a hashtag replay, hashtag live if you're live. Now, you may wonder, sometimes it feels like when people ask you to say hashtag live and hashtag replay, it feels like you've got that whole, why are they saying it again? But what you have to remember is, while you might be an educated marketer, most people aren't. And you need to train your audience to interact with you when you do live videos, when you do posts. You have to tell people what to do. People want to be led by the hand to do everything. Most people don't want to lead. Like, really, most people, 98% of people do not want to be the leaders. So you need to step up, be the leader, tell people what to do, and encourage them to comment and engage and do hashtag live. Hey Craig, thank you so much for joining. So to let you guys know, sorry replay viewers, I've been trying to get Zoom to connect to Facebook live stream and it just won't connect. I've restarted 3 times now, so I'm giving up, which means that this is probably in the wrong way around for you at the moment, because I'm on my desktop and I can't flip it around. And I'm going to show you what I was going to show you on my screen from my iPad, but it's going to be in reverse. So I, of course, am going to share those documents with you in the unit. So the moment that this training has finished, you will be able to see the documents that I'm going to share. To share the documents that I'm sharing with you now you will be available to you to actually use almost the moment we get off the unit. I just have to upload them, but they're all ready to go. So Craig has asked, do I live in Post-it City? Well, this is one of 2 things that I want to talk to you about today. So yesterday we talked about your ideal client avatar, and the day before that we talked about streamlining your Facebook profile funnel. And then when you did your ideal client avatar exercise, then it might have triggered some things in your head. Now, something that I did today is this, and yes, they are Post-its, lots of Post-its. Now, I actually got the idea of doing this. Let's rewind. So today I've been working on an actual course by Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi, which yesterday I mentioned that I'd just joined their, you can't get it yet unless you're an affiliate partner or a partner of theirs. It's their brand new course that they are releasing, so you can't get it yet, but I've got it. About how to create a knowledge-based mastermind coaching group, that kind of thing. And so, of course, I jumped on the chance to get that straight away before it gets released, and I've been going through it. And one of the things that I was doing today, I'm just trying to see if I can actually show you yes, I can. The work that I was doing is actually like how to extract the information from you that you know best. And so they talk massively about your ideal client avatar. So does Amy Porterfield in her Digital Course Academy, which is a $1,500 course. Dean and Tony's is a $2,000 course. You know, and Rick Mulready is a Facebook ads guru, and he talks about ideal client avatars. Okay, so you have to know your ideal client avatar like so well. And sometimes it feels overwhelming, and sometimes you're not sure. And the more I speak to people, even the really big people, like the people that are doing hundreds of millions, you know, in terms of actual like customer base, then drilling down on their ideal client, who it was they were trying to speak to, is the kind of the key to then exploding on selling your stuff. Because if you know who you're marketing to, you can write everything, you can create everything for that person. And until you know who you're marketing to, everything's going to be a little bit too generic, so you're never going to speak to the person you want to speak to in the right way. So what was I doing today? Well, I actually got this from a lady who is in the Digital Course Academy with me, Amy Porterfield's course, and that's all about creating courses, but it's a little bit softly, gently, just like Amy Porterfield. So it's lovely, but a bit too nicey. But one thing that one lady did is every time somebody bought her course, she'd put their name on a wall. Now, I didn't actually end up doing this during my launch period, but I will do next time. But today, Dean and Tony asked me to do a ideal client avatar, almost not quite the same as the sheet that I've given you, because it's like there aren't specific questions. But what it did ask is, let's go back. Here we go. So it talked about what your superpower is and what your knowledge and expertise is in area. You know, what's the thing that you really, really, really know, and then reverse engineering. If you knew that thing, who would your ideal client be, and what attributes would they have in relation to that person being the right fit for what you know, which was really interesting. And I sat there and I thought, okay, I actually have all these people in my challenge who've gone through my challenge. So let's stick their names on the walls and see if I can take the people and actually, because sometimes it says, you know, try and imagine that person. And if you don't have real people to think of, it can be really hard. So I wrote everybody's names up and sat there and thought, okay, well, actually, what are the answers to the questions? And I stood and I like walked around and jumped around a bit and then looked at the names and answered the questions with actual people in mind. Now, you may or may not be able to do this because you may or may not have tons of customers already, but you might know some people that you think would be great customers for you. Just work with what you have, stick some names on the wall and see if it comes more easily to you. And actually this exercise is the most clear I've ever been on absolutely drilling down on who the right person is, you guys, for the knowledge that I have to actually get you the best results I can possibly get. So it was a really, really like interesting exercise that I did today. So that's one thing I want you to do. If you're really struggling with your ideal client avatar and you really don't think you've nailed it down, and everybody could nail it down a bit better, try this. Try sticking some Post-its on the wall and go back through the questions. And I'll read you the questions. I probably shouldn't give you this. It's like a $2,000 document, but no, it's fine. But yeah, so the questions that Tony and Dean asked was, so when you reverse engineer your superpower, what attributes does your ideal client have? Interesting. What are your ideal client's 3 biggest pain points? What are your ideal client's 3 biggest desires? And then describe in great detail who your perfect client would be. What is their age? What do they look like? What businesses do they run? What ethics do they have? What do they want? And what do they hate? And like I filled that in quite a lot. So I thought that was just a really, really useful, interesting exercise. And also the 3 biggest pain points, 3 biggest pleasures is or desires is something that lots of people talk about. You know, what are their pain points and therefore how can you overcome them? And where are you taking them from and where are you taking them to? There's a lady called Stacey Martino, who you may or may not know. She's a very, very big in the relationship coaching world. And I saw a presentation from her in February, and she talked about how she takes people on their very own yellow brick road journey through her business. And so she finds her Dorothy, her ideal client avatar. So she calls them Dorothy. And then she maps out what is Dorothy's yellow brick road. Where is she going to? Where is she ending up? And what is each brick on the yellow brick road? And each brick is the next step that they take through her business. And that was really amazing as well. And so you need to absolutely have that like locked down in your mind when you're creating content for social media, when you're creating content for your business, when you're actually working with your customers and clients, like all that kind of thing. Like it all helps. And social media is just an extension of your business. And the top level of filling up your funnel, but also social media helps you build deeper relationships with people once they come into your world. Like they're not going to spend hours just going through your emails. And first of all, they can't because you haven't sent them to them yet, but people will spend a lot of time going through your videos, going through your posts. I had it today. I came back to my notifications this afternoon and literally like a few people had gone through and commented on posts, liked pictures, because people will go through and literally just binge on you. So that's why you really need to know who that perfect person is. So you can create the perfect content for them. So when they find you, they can binge on you. So it all fits together in this nice little puzzle. So that's number 1 thing I wanted to talk to you about today. And then number 2 thing is figuring out, once you have someone that's gone through your profile to your page, and then you want to get them into your funnel, into your email list so that you can email them, then you need to have a really, really hot, exciting, get them saying, oh my God, I need that, lead magnet. And so what you need to do is come up with some ideas for an amazing lead magnet. And I know this is another one of those areas where people tell me that they struggle to come up with ideas. And so they say, oh, you know, I've got this lead magnet and I'm running ads to it, and it's not converting and I'm spending all this money. And part of me thinks, like, I feel so bad for you because how, like, it's such a waste of money if you're running ads, traffic, paying money to send people to a lead magnet that doesn't convert, which is why I love organic social media so much, because you can literally test your material before you spend any money. Okay, so just think of Facebook, organic Facebook, as your testing ground. You can test your ideas in groups where people already are. You can test it on your profile. You can test it on your page. You can test it in your own group. So don't ever run ads to a lead magnet that you haven't tested, unless you've got loads of time, loads of money and hardly any time. But, you know, most people aren't in that situation. I think it's a good idea to test the ideas first organically, and then once you know that they work, then push loads of traffic and spend your money knowing that it's going to give you a return. So how do you come up with the perfect lead magnet? There are some questions you can ask to make this easier, and I have created for you a beautiful, you're not going to be able to see it because it's on my iPad and it's too shiny and too bright. I've created this beautiful matrix for you. So there are some key questions you can ask yourself, thinking of your ideal client avatar, and using the answers to those questions, you can figure out what the best lead magnet is for you. And my suggestion is come up with lots of ideas, put those ideas out into the wild, see which ones take, and then you will be able to actually produce those lead magnets based on feedback, and therefore it's going to actually not waste your time creating stuff that nobody wants. A bit like I don't ever want you to create a course that nobody wants or a product that nobody wants. This is why your organic social media is so important. But you can even like not waste time on creating lead magnets that nobody wants. So what are those questions? As I said, I wish I could share my screen with you because it would be so much easier, and I could also show you some examples of the kinds of posts you could put up. There's one post I put up in Eamon Porterfield's group, and I literally said, hey, if I created this, would you be interested? And I got 500 comments, and like actual 500 comments from people, not just me replying to people, of yes, 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 yes. And then when I posted the actual lead magnet, then the feedback, because I said, you know, here's the lead magnet, let me know what you think. The feedback was amazing. Like people were going, oh, this is amazing, wonderful, blah, blah, blah. But that was all because I primed them for it, rather than just saying, hey, here's this thing that you might like. So the questions. First of all, you have to be in the mind of your ideal client. So you need to really hone in on that ideal client avatar. I'm going to drill this over and over and over again. But so you need to, question number one is, what are your customers' fears? So what are the things that they don't want to do, that they know they should do, that they have problems with? So if I'll use myself as an example, and if you want to pop in the comments around this video and let me know what your niche is, what your area of expertise is, then I can always come up with stuff for you as well. That's one of my things, is coming up with stuff on the fly. But say for example, my ideal client, most of my ideal customers don't really want to go live. So going live, doing live video is a fear of theirs. Running out of things to say is a fear of most of my ideal clients. Another thing is wasting time on social media. That's a massive fear of most of my ideal clients. Some people love it. I love being on Facebook all day. Most people don't. So those are a few of the fears that people have related, like in my market. So let me know in the comments around here if I think I can see them all on my desktop, but let's just bring it up on my my phone as well, just to make sure. Bear with me. Let's get into the group. Fears that people have related, like in my market. Normally it goes down quicker than that. In the comments around here. I'm sorry about the feedback. I know how annoying it is. There we go. Okay, so yep. Okay, so Anna says in network marketing they fear lives too. Like most people fear going live. That is a universal truth, that most people hate speaking, whether it's on stage, whether it's on a video, whether it's a live video or a recorded video. Most people hate it. Most people hate walking into a networking room, just a normal networking room, and going up to people and talking. Most people just hate putting themselves out there. Most people fear posting the vulnerable stuff. And I hope that you're going to get over that and share what's really going on in your life, the good stuff, the bad stuff, if it's bad stuff, how you've got over it, but share those things, because they are the most powerful things, because most people are too scared to ever do it. So when you do it, you give them confidence, belief that you can get past anything, but also it just shows them that you are brave, and people want to follow a brave, confident person. So yes, let me know again in the comments if what your niche is, and then Anna, you need to let me know whether you're going for network marketing as your number one thing, or property, if you've made a decision yet. So yes. Next question is, okay, so the questions, what are the questions that your ideal clients ask you all the time? And if you don't have ideal customers at the moment already, if you don't have customers at the moment already, what are the things that people ask you? So when you go to events and you see people, what are the questions that people ask you about your industry, about your niche? So not just how's the weather and where did you come from? So what are the questions that people ask you? When people hit up your inbox, what are the questions that they're asking you? When you're in a group, what are the questions people are asking you? If you ever get tagged, and this is what I'm going to get you to, is where you are the person that's tagged every time anyone mentions a certain keyword. But what are the questions that you're getting tagged about at the moment? And if you're really struggling, what are the questions that they should be asking you? And this is for you, even if you're not struggling with that one, you've got tons of questions all the time. What are the questions you think people should be asking you? So one of the things that I feel people should ask more about is, how do I gauge what's relevant in terms of followers and likes and engagement on Facebook? Because lots of people have big high numbers on their following, their likes and all that kind of stuff, but don't actually make that many sales, don't make very much money. So actually the question people should be asking is, what's more important, my number of likes or the number of people who actually buy from me? And that's an obvious answer when you look at it that way, but most people just focus on, I want more engagement, I want a bigger Facebook group, I want more likes. The name of this course is Double Your Tribe, because that's what people focus on. But they should really be focusing on, how do I build my audience of people who want to buy from me? But that, of course, is not what everybody asks straight off the back. So Craig says, currently I'm helping owners of independent premium brands attract ideal clients, but I've just posted about my avatar work and not sure if this might change. Okay, so independent premium brands, I'm not entirely sure what an independent premium brand would be, so give me an example and I'll see if I can kind of think of some things for you, but post in the comments. Yes, okay, so I've said what they should be asking, and another question is, so how can you help your ideal client get out of overwhelm? So where are they feeling overwhelmed, and how can you get them out of it? And that's another really awesome lead magnet idea generator, because if you can post, hey, you're feeling like there's no time to post in every single Facebook group that you want to post in, and here is the shortcut to posting in all the groups, or here is the shortcut to growing your audience, or here is the shortcut to going live without it ever feeling like you're literally standing there talking to a phone. People will appreciate, and they will jump on the chance to feel free of the overwhelm. I mean, that's the biggest thing, is most people feel overwhelmed all the time. Yes, I'm really, really busy, I feel overwhelmed. That's the biggest, one of the biggest things that people say when you ask them how they are. I just feel overwhelmed. Or especially when people are kind of going into a newish area, or growing their business, scaling their business, is most people feel overwhelmed. So how can you get them out of that overwhelm? That's an amazing idea for a lead magnet. And so those are kind of 4 questions that you can ask. So what are the questions they're asking? What are their fears? False beliefs. If you've read Expert Secrets, which is around here somewhere, by Russell Brunson, an amazing book, probably one of the best books about knowledge-based marketing ever. In here, Russell talks about what are false beliefs that people have that would stop them from buying your thing. So when you come up with your thing, whatever it is that you sell, what are the reasons that people won't buy? And normally they're silly mindset related reasons, but you could have those listed in this matrix. So under the fears, you could put false beliefs as well. And so what are the things that are holding people back? And generally it's related to time, whether it's an internal thing. I don't feel like that I could do that. Would my friends and family laugh at me if I do Facebook Lives? So you might do a lead magnet that's how to do a live video without having to show your friends and family. So there are some ideas for you. So write things in all the columns that you will get in the matrix. I'm going to post afterwards, and then I want you to score those ideas against, and this is the kind of key thing for you. So against, have you already created it? Is it easy to create? Because you don't want to spend loads and loads and loads of time writing a, I don't know, 5,000 word blog post style ebook lead magnet when nobody wants it. Okay, so how easy is it to create? Have you already got the content that's ready to go? Will it create mega results? Like massive results? Is it going to explode somebody? Is it going to take them out of overwhelm? Are they going to go, oh my God, that's amazing? Because if they don't, they're not going to jump into the rest of your content. And then is it going to get results super quick? So massive results really fast. My live video engagement lead magnet means that people can instantly, and I mean instantly, like the moment they go live again, they will get better results with their lives. And because it's live video and because it's literally just jumping on a live again, they will get results really, really quickly as well. So like, you know, as long as the live is, or like instantly the moment they go on the live. So can you get them super fast results? Can it get them mega results? And something else that's really useful to do is that it's a result that's visible. So if you can tie it somehow into something that they might post about on social media, then that's really awesome. Obviously, I'm a massive benefit here because what I teach about is social media. So it is really, really, really publicly visible. But that is really great because it means that other people will see and jump on the bandwagon. Is it a precursor to something that you sell? So try and avoid the trap of, I just want to talk about XYZ, if it's got nothing to do with what you eventually want to sell to people. Because what you really ideally want is a lead magnet that's the step before. So I do a live video one where people will already be doing live video, or they think they want to do live video, and so they get the ability to do better live videos, more engaged live videos, and then they go, okay, well, I'm starting to grow my audience. What's next? Well, now I need to focus on the whole thing of the audience, the engagement, and then turning them into buyers, which is where the challenge comes in. So make sure that your lead magnet is a precursor to whatever it is that you're selling. And then the last thing is, obviously, we've been talking about it, is it actually going to attract your ideal client avatar? I've had people that I know who have created lead magnets, and these things are free. Sometimes you attract freebie seekers. A lot of the time you're going to, because people love something that's free. But is it going to attract the person who's actually eventually going to buy from you? Or is it actually attracting the wrong person? So I'll give you an example. A client, a Facebook ads client I had in Australia, she had gone in, so she'd built a really, really big mummy child blog type business. And then she wanted to start coaching other women how to build businesses. So she became a business coach, but a very generic one. And she created 4 different types of lead magnets. And one of them was about how to get growth on Instagram. The problem was that she was getting signups, but from loads of people. Like, everybody wants to grow Instagram, not just business people and not just business women. And so it was a bit too generic. And this is like before, like she already had this in existence and wanted to run ads to it. And the problem was she was getting opt-ins, but they weren't her ideal client. So just be really careful that the thing that you create is actually going to attract your ideal client and not just anyone. So that should give you some ideas of how to create a lead magnet. Now, if you don't have one at the moment, I've got 2 templates. One's modeled on Amy Porterfield, and the other one's modeled on Russell Brunson. And so it's Russell Brunson's highest converting opt-in like lead magnet, and then Amy Porterfield's one that she uses for everything. And so literally, like, there, you just need to put in your headline and put in your image of whatever you want to do, and then they're ready to go. So I'll pop links to those in the unit as well. And so you can use those if you want to. And then, so my suggestion is you have your lead magnet as the almost like the final thing. So have it in your cover photo if your cover photo is promoting your lead magnet. If you've got a group, I would have your group in your cover photo on your page, and I would have your freebie lead magnet as one of the 3 questions in your group. So when you join a group, you get asked 3 questions. If you're not asking questions of your groupies, you need to. One has to be, to get my lead magnet of blah, 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 give me your email address. And it's entirely up to you whether you accept people if they give you their email address or not. It's your group. You know, you get to decide who's in there. So, and like, why wouldn't you want a free, amazing tool in exchange for an email address? So you need to be utilizing your group questions if you've got a group already and you're not using them. And I would very strongly suggest having your lead magnet as one of those questions in there. And then what I'm going to get you to do is fill in the matrix form, post in the group once you've filled it in. I realized this evening while changing the settings for another little group that I've got, my next challenge group, that I'd turned off posting in here. So you couldn't post, I'm so sorry. But now you can. So I want you to post your top 2 ideas for your lead magnet so that we can give you feedback, and then go and post those ideas on Facebook. And I can't show you because I can't screen share at the moment, which is really frustrating, but I'm going to give you a really easy, that you can just model, way of teasing out the idea of the lead magnet to see if people are interested and actually to start getting leads. And it's literally along the lines of, if I created XYZ, would you be interested? And that's it. And people say yes or no. And like, they don't say no because they just don't comment. And they say yes and they jump on it. And I would post this on your page, your profile, in groups. Not all at the same time. Spread it out. Say it in a different way. Tailor it for each group. But go and ask out on Facebook and just see the response you get. And this is like almost the final step in your organic social media funnel to get them into your email marketing system so you can sell them, which is the whole point. So Anna asks if the lead magnet could be in video form. So do you mean if you'd have a video on the sign up thing, or do you mean give away a video? So people give your email address and then the next page is a video of you teaching something. Because if so, absolutely. Like, a lead magnet can be anything. It could be a written post. It could be a check sheet. It could be a list of really great useful resources that you have. It could be a video training. It could be an amalgamation, a curation of video training by other people. Lots of people, including Russell Brunson, who's massive, do this, or have done this in the past, probably doesn't do it anymore. Will go and he used to go and find the best training videos on YouTube, because it's public domain, of a certain person, and then go and target with ads the audience of the certain person and say, hey, I've spent the time finding the top 10 best training videos that they've done, enter your email address and I'll send it to you. And literally the moment they do the email address, it's a page just with links, links but embedded, of the videos. So it doesn't even have to be something that you've created. You can curate the information. It's just got to be high value to the person that is giving you their email address, because you have to remember that they are giving up something personal of theirs. They are allowing you to invade their private inbox. So you need to give them something super high value in return, which is where the pain points, false beliefs, overwhelm, getting mega results, the questions that they ask, all of those things, if you answer those questions, all of those things are going to give you really, really high value ideas of things that you could create that's based around your area of expertise that will attract your ideal client. And they are going to really appreciate giving you their email address in exchange for whatever the thing is. And then once you've got them in your funnel, then the world is your oyster. So yes, Anna says give away a video. Yes, so absolutely. One thing I would say, although obviously this isn't what you asked, but in answer to the other part of that is, I have been taught by Russell Brunson to never have a video on an opt-in lead magnet page. The less information there is on there, the more curiosity you are piquing in the person you're trying to sell to give you their email address. So if you have an email, you're giving them too much. A video, you're giving them too much if it's on the actual opt-in page. But if it's just, hey, get this amazing resource about XYZ. Are you struggling with overwhelm about blah, blah, blah? This is the resource to get you past that. Those are terrible words. Go and model somebody else's better words. But yes, so just try and keep your opt-in page as simple as possible. I'll give you some examples. You can even just go and look at them. You don't even have to use them. They are ClickFunnels share templates. So if you've got a ClickFunnels account, you can just add them in. If you don't, you can get a 14-day free trial and just literally play with them, see what happens. You've got the 14 days here. You can see what happens. And if, you start building up a massive list, then it's a win. So yes, so let's see if I've just missed anything. Craig just says, going back to the independent premium brands, a bespoke estate agent and private dentist. So you're helping them attract their ideal clients. Okay, so you could be doing things like, you know, maybe like a teaser on how to figure out your ideal client, or maybe what the benefits are of knowing your ideal client, or how messaging works better if you know your ideal client. You want to be careful, like you want to figure out what's the thing that you're already doing for them. So what's the thing that they need to go where they then go, oh, I need to know my ideal client avatar, and Craig needs to help me figure that out. So what's the step before that? What's the step before them realizing they need to work out their ideal client avatar? Now, the thing is, most people don't know that they need to work out their ideal client avatar. Most people think that they've done it. They go, oh, you know, I market to everybody, or 25 to 50-year-olds, or people in the, you know, the local area or whatever. So you need to figure out a way that gets them going, oh, I need to know what my ideal client avatar is. And then that's your lead magnet, because that creates like the perfect person. It will attract the perfect person who will become your perfect ideal client avatar. So awesome. Anna says, thank you. And then going back to Craig, I have been planning for now until clear on your avatar, creating a list of my favorite resources and tools and why I like them as PDF. Yes, okay. And you've asked about affiliate links. Like, absolutely. Pat Flynn is probably one of the best and nicest well-known affiliate marketers out there. And I actually have his course, Affiliate 123, which is all about affiliate marketing. And absolutely, so you could create videos. They're the best thing to do, about talking about the products, the tools, the resources. One that I have done a little one on is this microphone, the Blue Yeti microphone, and I compare it against my my like portable one that I have for my iPhone. And so you could create videos about your perfect, about the tools and resources you've come across, or a short write-up on them. And yes, include your affiliate links. If you're in America, and I believe in the UK, but definitely in America, you have to say if a link is an affiliate link. But go and see how Pat Flynn writes his, because you don't have to say, hey, I'm going to make some money out of you. You can say, hey, this is an affiliate link. If you don't want to, you know, and it costs you absolutely nothing more. And I only recommend the products that I personally use, a bit like me saying that I would only ever recommend a course that I've done when I mentioned Tony and Dean's course yesterday, because I have had in the past where I've recommended something that I haven't taken and it has come back to bite me. And yeah, and I felt like I was sending lambs to the slaughter by recommending people in my audience to someone. So yeah, so just talk about it in a natural way of, hey, this is an affiliate link. I get paid for recommending you, but it doesn't cost you anything more. And if you don't want me to get paid, just go and Google it. And that normally is enough that most people will just click the links. So yeah, so that's a really, really awesome idea. If you're just trying to think of something to come up with, is useful tools and like actual physical products or just online products and things like that. And my suggestion would be is like throw in a few things that aren't affiliate commission based, so things that don't have an affiliate program, because people will then feel like you're not just trying to make money out of them. But yeah, so hopefully that helps you and gives you some ideas to run with for now. I'm going to convert this video into a unit so that you can come back in, you can find it, you can tick done when you're done. I will post the link to the matrix so that you can fill that in, your own one. The link that I send you, it has instructions on there, but you just need to create a copy of it in your own Google Sheets. If you don't have Google Sheets, you can create it's a Gmail account, so you should have, you know, everybody can have access to that for free. And if you have any questions, as ever, just ask me in the comments around the video. And I apologize again for being a little bit late starting today. Zoom hates me. It did this once to me before as well. So hopefully now that's my once out of the way, and then I'll be able to screen share properly with you. And yes, okay, so Craig says, yeah, brilliant, great tips and information. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. Have an amazing evening or daytime or whatever time of the day it is for you. And I shall see you guys all right here tomorrow.